Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Cody Earnshaw. Just throwing that out there. Ladies and gentlemen, the Jokers lead the series 2 games to none. Although, as I'm sure you are aware, they are 1 loss away from forfeiting the whole thing to Sober Island. If that happens, it would go down in history as the only thing that has ever been donated to Sober Island. That place is a godforsaken dump. Sebastian Poopy will not be in today. His plane crashed. He is fine. Unfortunately, the plane did not survive. First line squaring off the face-off dot. Boy, this is going to be a really tall order to call this game all by myself without the loving, supple Sebastian Poopy to guide me. Toledo in, shot off the post! Sticky Toledo was a picometer away from taking an early lead from the home crowd. Picked up by the defense now, slowed down. Up to Scraglione. Had Toledo scored there, it likely would not have been too much of an obstacle for the Jokers. Scraglione, poke check by Slayer. Gives it to Lehman, send it to Moran! He scores! Michelle Marie Moran! The nicotine gives him life! It's 1-0 Jokers. You know, that might be the first time in this series I've seen the Ferris wheels defense skate up and not completely back off. And they got caught. I think they might have thought Slayer's poke check would start a rush the other way, but no! Their ways were folly. Totally forgot about Moran, and I don't know how you could do that since he smells like cigarettes. You can knock a buzzard off a gut wagon. Remember, the Ferris wheels only need to win 1 game to advance. Oh! Batulis Vilcinch fires the puck into the Joker's bench. He's trying to decapitate his opponents to get an edge. Why can't he just smuggle cyanide into the protein shakes like the rest of us? For legal reasons, that is a joke. A jest. Won by the Jokers. Lemoine and Janvier play pitching Oh! I've just thought of something. Why don't we call them the French Connection? Windermere shot. Another pad save by Walls. Rebound in and in. Stopped by Walls. Janvier skies it out. Thundermere pawns it off to No I'm Not. Still some controversy over how he's been deployed at center when most feel he's best at wing. In front, Thundermere. Roll off his stick. Shot! Just goes high. Oh, he had a great opportunity to just roll off his stick. Tragedy in the windswept shores of Nova Scotia. There have been a few lineup changes since Tuesday, or whenever last game was. Due to Chase Price's injury and subsequent skin flintery, Chandler Thundermere has come up into the second line left wing position, and said Proteus H. Boyd was called up. He is one of those new defenseman duos for the Jokers, Inky Iverstead and Drugulus. Schultz and Lehman Jasper at the red line. Oh! Dietrich blows up Moran! He took a cheap shot at the captain! Somebody kill him! Antle butcher up to Schultz. Schultz on Drugulus. Turn around, Drugulus! He's right there! Cuts outside, shot! High glove save by Walls, but he didn't get all of it. Drugulus behind the net, he gave it away. Up to Schultz, quick shot! Another sparkler by Walls! Hey, that man that says money. Iverstead finally gets it up to Moran and he'll bludgeon it ahead. His angle outside. Oh my god! Crusher Mayhew's actually playing defense! Help! Oh, and that centering pass is whiffed on by Scraglione. He's washed. Intercepted by Schultz, and he slaloms away. I just learned that word, slalom. I love it. It sounds like an ancient biblical sin. That's icing there. Another biblical sin. Out there to take the draw for the Jokers is Mundane Daniels. The eagle-eyed amongst you will notice that both he and Begrudgers Wundle both have the number 9. That is a serious error on the part of the staff and equipment team of San Luis Haha. It's a good thing we aren't playing this game in Fiji. In Fiji, if 2 players are wearing the same number, they are sacrificed. Bungled out to Janvier. They'll have to give up the line. The Jokers with no sustained offense yet to this point. It's been all Ferris wheels. Nice move into the zone. Nice pass to Boyd. Proteus! Saved by Charles Cheese. Save again by Cheese! Oh my god, how can I forget? Charles Augustus Milverton Cheese is now in goal for the Ferris wheels. He's taken over for Gunter Saldavs, presumably to give Sober Island a spark after 2 straight losses. Cheese will have to play phenomenally now that slow-ass, washed-up, stupid, smelly Sammy Pilho is planting his ass in his face. Thundermere with a quick release, and Cheese read it like hip-hop magazines. But this is not a dream. Reference subtle as a brick. McFeely to Bodal. Big shot blocked. Here comes Vilcinch the other way. He's looked by Wyrism. He whacks McFeely away. Carousel shoots. He scores! Batulis Vilcinch. Somebody stop him! That was amazing. He's got men hanging off him like he's a gallows, and he still muscles his way through. Fights through the hooking, fights through the whatever, and the quick shot just fools walls. Kind of looked like Bodal had dementia for a minute there, though. Probably should have tried to check him or something, but what do I know? Listen to this crowd, they are rocking. Remember, Ferris Wheels fans, just one game and you're moving on. Likewise, remember, Jokers fans, one loss and your idiot GM totally blew it. But we're just waiting for either offense to come alive here. Hininen breaks in, across to Atari. He shoots, he scores! Oh my god, it's happening! Atari lasers the puck like it was Alderaan. 2-1 Ferris Wheels. That's Justin Williams. Shot Atari, the kid, brought up to the second line from the fourth line, makes his impact felt here. Again, the Jokers defense backs off. I'm beyond trying to understand why at this point. And that gives him all the space he needs to pulverize Aloysius Wall's hope like a termite at the business end of an echidna's snout. I've got my simile hat on tonight, folks, and I'm taking you through the whitewater rapids of my insecure humor. Buckle up. Jokers win the draw, and all of a sudden, they're on the hot seat. The tush is sizzling. Tied up near side board, still the Jokers control. And Wyrazub surrenders the puck like a sniveling ass. Hininen will give it up like a sniveling ass. Oh, somehow it comes back up to, no, I'm not a quick shot. Stop by Cheese. Don't call him Swiss because there are no holes in him. He who Windermere just did a ballet move and lost the puck.
At 7:46.
Wyrazub over the blue line. Look out, Matt! Shot Atari, freight trades him. Wyrazub never saw him. Call the ice girls, get him to scrape Wyrazub's carcass off the ice. What a hit! Joker's back, will reset. Janvier, gorgeous pass up to Wyrazub. He's chased down low, center. It's no, I'm not hit by Hininen. Backhander, it lies there. And Charles Cheese vacuums it up. Quick whistle there, but the Ferris Wheels will take it. Looks like Cheese was leaning the wrong way, but he made the save with his toe. On comes the Joker's third line. Out goes the Ferris Wheels first line. Back to Pillock surveys. Returns to Daniels. Flat and Boyd alone in center. Daniels and Slayer blow each other up. Bodies flying everywhere. Sticky Toledo. Oh no, he lost it. Daniels tries to whip it in front. No luck. Toledo's got it again. And he gave it right away. Center shot saved by Cheese. On Pillock. Charles Cheese is standing on his head. Toledo up again, now gives it to Vilsich. To Toledo, a quick shot. Ooh, that handcuff walls, but he got it. He covers up. I will step aside. I've got it. What? No commercials. Oh, of course. I might have to wait for intermission for a potty break. Ooh, fourth line out now for the Jokers. We haven't seen them all game. There's sort of a mismatch of Hugo Edmondson and whoever doesn't happen to be injured right now. Vigilian's Arista! Seen through traffic and he dives for it. Ball play there by Walls, but he punches the puck to safety. Slaloms ahead. There's that word again. Oh, they're not just going to sit back and play to not lose, are they? Cowards! Okay, here we go. They're pushing it up now. Haven't seen him much in this game so far. And we won't see him further because he just gave the puck away. Fantastic. Vigilians glides after it in the corner. Moran there, tried to check him, but he gets a chunk full of air. Great avoidance there by Vigilians. Given up to Scraglione. Quick shot, and Charles Flavius Benedict Cheese snares that like a frog would a fruit fly. Both goalies, despite allowing 3 goals thus far, have looked pretty sharp. Actually, well, now that I think of it, maybe since I'm new to ice hockey, maybe these saves are average and I'm getting worked up over nothing. Either way, here comes Wardell Wilson. He passed backwards. An astounding display of idiocy there. That man is almost 30, and I bet he still drools to layman to Scraglione. They play patty cake and lose it. 6 Semper indecisive gets, and here's Pingilly. Only Dragulus to beat. Dragulus fights him for it, a shot! Saved by Walls. And Iversted's in good position. And just like that, it's an odd man rush the other way. Here we go. Scraglione pulls himself off sides. What are you doing, Bolter? Welter in the gore of your shame. Walter, that mistake was recorded on national television. Regional television. Local television. Okay, we'll pitch this to the public access channel, but it's there. Daniels in, a shot! Great glove there by Cheese, and the rebound behaved well enough for him to cover. And we will do it again. No line changes here. Both coaches confident in this matchup. Second Sober Island line against the third Joker's line. One coach is going to be proven hilariously wrong if somebody scores. Janvier to Lamont. Lamont walks the line. Looks for a lane, doesn't have it. Daniels a shot. Blocked by Happy Bajillions. Great defense again from Happy. I love that he's alright. Bajillions is a family name I am greatly interested to see continue into further human generations. All things that I did, all things that I said in my bath, I'll take it back. My budget fell short, it is my last resort, and now I take it back. Oh, I hate that song. Windermere near side shot, blocked again, shot just over the net. Pelher tangles with Boyd. Boyd steals it. Pelher should be fed pesticide. 3-on-2 developing. Wandle over the line. Boyd cuts back. Pillock wide, outweighs Pelher. Looks to the middle, no one there, so he flings it to Iverstead. Intercepted though by Atari. Atari battles and beats down Pillock. Sit your punk ass down, Robertinho. In and back checked and stick checked well by Iverstead. Still has it, he shoots. Saved by Walls and the rebound is cleared out. Now it's Boyd. All his mates are tired. Watch, this will be offside. Yep. Bad play. Great action there. The Ferris wheel's physicality. What? Did we just time jump? What happened? Oh, I missed it. My first ever temporal distortion and I missed it by 1 second. Damn. It goes all the way back. Walls! What are you doing? Oh, it's a delay penalty. Bodle and McFeely have words with Chevalier. Looks like he'll be heading off. I didn't see it myself. We'll wait for the call. Any day now. Number 8. 2 minutes for hooking. He's a hooker. Well, I'll trust the referee's judgment there. Yeah, that's a hook. I wonder what kind of penalty hooking, as in prostitution, would incur. 5-minute major? Game misconduct? Probably a minor in Nevada. They've had the 4th best power play in the league this season, but that's no huge accomplishment when 3 of the teams had no power plays at all. Boyd fires a no-look shot, stick saved by Cheese. That was tricky. Iverstead at the point. Slap shot coming, deflected! Just wide by Scraglione in the slot. Almost had it there. He hounds it down now behind the net. Lamont and Iverstead. Nothing given to them. To Boyd. Quick shot, he scores! Boyd from the Vaughan advert. We are tied at 2. Now, you'd think Charles Cheese would be ready for this shot, considering Boyd had tried almost exactly the same thing about 20 seconds ago. But, I guess the shot was too fast? Low? I don't know. But I guess Boyd is the power play specialist, so he would know what to do and when to do it. And he doesn't even need electrodes on his nipples to persuade him. Sort of looks like Vince Gilligan.
Power play goal, scored by
Thundermere now loses it to Vilcinch, who wafts it in.
assisted by
Chevalier pinned at the far side. Joker's come away with it now. All of a sudden, the complexion of this game changes very much. The Ferris wheels haven't scored more than 2 goals in a game all series, and now they've lost that lead again. Chevalier takes a wide centering pass, blocked by the defensive stick of McFeely. Now Chevalier is bumped by Wairazub. He loses it, cleared up, and that will do it for the period. A pretty exciting first period. A hefty 24 shots, 12 apiece, and 2 goals. High event and high scoring are not phrases used to describe these teams at all, because they are words, not phrases. The hyphen complies a compound word. All that is to say, these teams are usually boring. We'll see what the second period brings right after I hit the loo. So far, we've seen what my esteemed colleague Sebastian Poopy would call a gutes Spiel, meaning fun time. Let's see if that continues into the second period. No real notes on what either team could do better, mainly zone entries, but that's pretty much it. On a personal note, on what I could do better, I suppose I could be a little more self-aware about my tempo. Oh, we started. Iverstead backpedals away, now shoots it up to Moran. Moran hooked by a wheel, stands up Bajillions, backhands it off the blocker. Great individual effort from Moran there, and it'll draw a penalty. Slayer touches up, and Sticky Toledo, more like Guilty Toledo, will head off. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to clarify an earlier statement I made. I said Iverstead shoots the puck up to Moran. I want to address the allegations and the rumors. I did not, in fact, intend for that to be in any way reminiscent of the death of King James II by cannon in 1460. Shoot is metaphorical in this sense. It was not an actual shot, but it had the aggressive velocity reminiscent of a bullet's flight path. So, piss off. Iverstead backpedals, no doubt trying to spare the enemy from his odious stench. Here's Boyd, almost exactly the same place he scored from last attempt. Will he try it again? Now he gets the right idea and is stood up by Kamenyuka. And Boyd is hit as well. Everyone crashing into each other and the puck can't get out. What is happening? No shots yet on the power play, about halfway through. Clears it all the way around. Kamenyuka and Moran go crashing in after it. And Kamenyuka blisters it all the way down the ice with a vengeance. They'll change and the Jokers have one rush left on this man advantage. Iverstead, lead pass up to Scaglione. Backs off to pawn it off to Boyd, not sure why he did that. Boyd to the corner, gives it to Scaglione, they play the cycle game now. But if I wanted to see cycling, I'd observe the washing machine. Here they go again at the far side. Stolen though, and the Ferris wheels will clear it out, power play's over. Slayer up, it gets destroyed by Bolter Scaglione. What a hit! Sharifov to Toledo in the slot. Knocked down in front by the defense. I think that was Janvier. Lehman up the wing, counter-attacking. Oh! Scaglione belted down and sent by Sharifov. No call. Over the net. No shot. Mayhew recovers, and now Toledo will send it out smart-like. Janvier shoots. High blocker save by Walls. Don't even aim at the X-Man. What are you thinking? Another quick shot. Another save by Walls. Scaglione skates into space, and they'll just regroup. No avail, though, as Scaglione is still in good defensive shape. Lead up to Lehman. He's got reinforcements. Lehman takes it wide, surveys his options. Nobody crashes the net. That's mildly infuriating. Milkala give it up to Moran. Moran cuts in and stands up his man. Good counter hit from the captain there. But you have to wonder when his cancerous lungs are going to give out. I don't care how cool he is. You can't argue with oncology. Lehman will take it up himself now, 1-on-3. Nice move to get inside Bajillions. What a fool. Still keeps away from Toledo. Great work, self-feed down low to Scaglione. Split save by Cheese again. Inside to Lehman off the post. The game is still tied. Break out the other way now. Wilson's behind everyone. A quick shot. Saved by Walls, but can't control the rebound. Drugulus gets it to safety. Back and forth action. Lehman oversells Scaglione, and that'll... Nope. No icing and hit a dead patch on the ice or the boards. Wizardry. But it doesn't matter. I am calm. No one can come up with the puck. Verily, I say to you, sticky Toledo. Oh! Toledo cross-checks Iverstead down behind the play. Scaglione in, fakes, shoots. Saved by Cheese. Doug Slayer gave absolutely no effort towards trying to keep him outside. Did he trust the goalkeeper to make the save more than he trusted his own defense and the goalkeeper? We may never know. Ferris wheels caught on a line change. 3-on-3 developing. Sends it to Lehman in the middle. Broken from behind by the sticker shot Atari. Atari brings the puck up now, moseying into the offensive zone. Skates right into 4 Jokers and loses it. Sparkling awareness there. Lamont up now, Lehman. Over the line. Pass blocked by Bajillions. I can't believe Bajillions actually went for the puck, my hero. And now he goes after Scaglione and whips the puck away. Great stuff there from Bajillions. Ladles it ahead now to Atari. Atari, a nifty drop pass to Windermere. Windermere over to Hininen. Bumped off the puck now, but he gets a shot away. A spirited backhander from above the circles. Lehman again. About the 10,000th time he's had the puck today. Sends to Moran. Shot! Saved by Cheese! And Slayer boots the rebound to safety. And here we go the other way again. Atari with Hininen. Passes over. The defenseman misses check. Hininen slicing in. He shoots. Another save by Walls. To the corner back out in front. Windermere stopped by Walls. I think Janvier did just enough to rattle Windermere's cage and delay that shot. Recovered in the Nicholas of time.
Right here.
Giveaway. Hininen. Low shot. He had Atari wide open in front. Huge missed opportunity there. Here's Lehman. I wonder what he'll not do this time. I think his borderline dirty agitator shtick only works in front of the home crowd. And in front of the away crowd, he becomes a wet blanket. Bajillion secured, now sends it up to whoever that is. They have a really tall head. He floats one to the front! Intercepted by Peyton Bodle. Great play there. Moran has his absolute way with Bajillions. How embarrassing for him. But now Bajillions takes the puck, so it doesn't matter. All trash talking, disrespect, and beef is merely dust at the end of the age. Atari dumps it in. A guy named Shot dumps it in. Here's Lehman. Uh-oh. Oh! He actually makes a pass. They wrestle forward and Scaglione comes away with it. Trying to split to the defense. He does. He shoots! And the last second stick from Pelha dispelled the shot. Sweet gravy! Oh, sweet gravy! What defensive plays we're seeing here from these blokes. These gentlemen are really leaving it all out there, blowing up each other's captains with underhanded and dirty hits, skating hard. I mean, what more can you ask for? Well, except not to lose. That would be preferable. Please keep away from Windermere. No, I'm not. Send us a Thundermere. The shot is blocked, and it comes to the corner. All right, I'm starting to get tired of all the defense. I like some action now, please. Thundermere, quick shot! It bounces off. No, I'm not, and off the bar. Cheese holds the line at the post. No goal. Sweet Caroline, I thought that Sheila was in. You know, I just realized those pads are absolutely hideous. Pink, red, blue, and yellow is a difficult enough palette to juggle on a uni, but gray? How many elephants were destroyed to make that equipment, Charles? Iverstead, 360, a shot! No impediments for Cheese, the elephant destroyer. He'll freeze the puck. Second line on second line now. Oh, look at that. Sonny Schultz is out there in the second line center position. I suppose Jermaine Chevalier is unavailable currently. I wonder what he's up to. Well, that's for future people to speculate on. I'm just calling the game as I see it. And I see an old fart where I should be seeing a superstar. Here's the man himself, Sonny Schultz. Passed up to Enschel, but oh no, I was incorrect. This is the third line. Peter Dittrich's been demoted. Oh my goodness, why? But here comes No, I'm Not the other way. Thundermere and Wyerson with him. This is the Thundermere, he scores! The Ferris wheels defense would not pressure the attacking team if you held their children hostage! 3-2, Jokers! I mean, just look at this, everybody. I mean, why? Why? What do they have to fear? I know they play kitty bar the door defensive hockey, but good grief. It doesn't work. You're not good enough for that to work, Ferris wheels. You're towing the elimination line, and Martin Jelena is staring at you with hungry eyes. That is a reference to a hockey player. I'm getting good at this. One to Pelham. Controls, he gives it up. Pillock with room. He shoots over the net. Oh my fellow broadcaster Sebastian Poopy saw that. He would be livid.
Ich habe es gesehen.
Sebastian Poopy, you're alive! Man, I was starting to get absolutely infuriated with the defense. Daniels will save it. A shot again over the net. Sorry, Sebastian. I was saying I was losing my goonch over how defensively and passively these blokes are playing and how terrible some of these shots are. I mean, the last one was like a drop goal. I mean, crikey.
Ich werde deinen Corner vertreiben.
Thank you, Sebastian Poopy. Vilcinch up ahead. The defense is backing off. Curse you! A shot! Saved by Walls. Drugulus, you buffoon. A plague on both your arenas.
Wie war das Spiel?
About the same. The last two. These teams are basically identical.
Wirklich?
Yeah, I honestly think one GM being a trickster gene may be the difference in this team.
Wer ist ein Trickstückchen?
Albert Barnacle.
Yeah.
Ahead to Thundermere. That pass had supermodel legs. Up to No, I'm Not. Nice moves there, but here we go. A little bump backhander. Stopped by Cheese. The inevitably first alphabetical player in the LOHL comes up with a big defensive play there. Chevalier pressured by them one. Well done. Oh, he lost it. Chevalier still has it. Shot, blocker save. Aloysius Walls, the X Factor. Ooh, he should name his blocker that, since it has an X on it.
Hat es so genannt.
Oh, really? Great minds think alike. Mayhew up now to Vilcinch. Quick shot blocker down by the X Factor. It feels less special. It feels less special knowing that somebody else thought of it first. Chevalier atop a shot. Walls didn't see it. Stolen by Vilcinch. Shot! Shot it wide! Choke! Choke!
Es schien, dass Ihnen Hockey immer mehr Spaß macht.
I am indeed. Now that I understand the rules, the unwritten rules, the rewritten rules, the once written but since erased rules, and the sissy rules, I've gained a whale-sized appreciation for it.
Nur Vollgroß.
What do you mean, only whale-sized?
Nun, der metaphorischen Ausdruckweise sind keine Grenzen gesetzt. Man hätte auch sagen können, Ozeangroß oder Planetengroß.
Are you gatekeeping my vocabulary?
Nein.
Good. Good. Well, the Jokers lead 3-2 off that late goal from Chandler Thundermere, though the goal was equally scored by the inept defense. Sober Island had the edge in shots 11-5. Well, I am slightly miffed because the broadcast cut me off. Okay, moderately miffed. Okay, I blew up the director's car, but he wasn't in it. I want to make that very clear. And it was an 03 Sonata with over 100,000 miles on it, so the transmission was probably going to crap out anyway. The referee tries to explain Aristotelianism to Scraglione, but he's not having it. He's a devout Kierkegaardian. Toledo, the ex-maximalist, wins the draw. But Jillians has it stolen away by Moran. Scaglione runs himself out of the race. No play there. The Jokers really need to get some daylight between themselves and Ferris wheels if they want to avoid losing it all tonight. Chevalier down the far side. Head fakes, breaks that man's ankle, shot! Once again, Walls is there. Iverstead now, pressured by Vilsinch. Keeps him at arm's length because either he's afraid of vulnerability or he was protecting the puck from potential heartbreak. Moran near side, 2 men with him. What is... Charles Cheese just hit warp 9. I saw it with my own eyes. Joker still control. In front, backhand! Wide! That Iverstead can't get to the point in time. It's Chevalier coming up now. 2-on-1, but Vilsinch tries to hold up in the line. Toledo takes it himself. Shoots! But it's blocked. It's in the air! He scores! Sticky Toledo! Out of the air! His first goal of the series. What a goal it was! His dentist is clearly unqualified, but what a goal!
Das war ein unglaubliches Tor. Was für ein Angriff. Er hatte keine Verstärkung, aber er stand Drogilus allein gegenüber. Der erste Versuch wurde geblockt. Der zweite jedoch, er schlug den Puck aus der Luft. Unglaublich. Ich weiß nicht, wie jemand einen Schuss so zielen kann.
Because he's a superstar, that's how. It also looked like Walls bit on that first shot, why wouldn't he? But he was too far out to catch the second, infinitely sexier attempt. Toledo chunks it in, but gets given the old how do you do, my good sir, by wide reserve. This mate's got scored on so hilariously! Toledo with another great attempt, but he's stopped by Walls. Oh, the humanity! Wide reserve, nice move to get by, but Cam Newker corrals it anyway. Sober Island now. Content to just faff around with it. Here comes Toledo, the man of the hour. And he fails miserably. Just gave it away. He takes it away, a shot is saved by Walls! Sticky Toledo could easily have a threesome with Walls by now, but the goalie is his equal match.
Was? What? Was hast du gesagt?
Sticky Toledo could easily have
ein Dreierpunkt.
Yeah? What did I say?
Nichts.
Windermere winds up! I shall not comment on that shot. Poor man is grieving his utter lack of any skill whatsoever. Hininen down low, bumped off, backhander, gloved high by Walls, but Hininen sends to Windermere! Incredible split save by Walls on Windermere! The Jokers have to get something started. Here's Pillock from my mouth to his ears. Hooked, penalty, Pillock could get the shot away. The Jokers are headed to the power play. Pillock can control, and there's the whistle.
Ich denke, das war ein guter Elfmeter für Chartatari. Niemand war zwischen Pillock und dem Torwart und verhinderte eine hochgefährliche Chance.
Well, it'll be a bad penalty if the Jokers score on this power play anyway, won't it?
Ja.
So, your logic is flawed. Please raise your hand when you want to speak, Sebastian Poopy. I am taking you to school.
Harsh.
Off the face-off, it's Boyd. Got a Gino already tonight. Oop, apparently he doesn't want another as he just sends it back to Scaglione in the slot. Rebound, Scaglione! Another fantastic save by Cheese. Great interchange there from Iverstead. Great chances by Scaglione. And even better stuff from Cheese. And listen to the Sober Island crowd. Over half the island's population is in here tonight cheering on Charles Cheese. Another save off from one. And Scaglione too. The Jokers can't solve Cheese. The shooters are lactose intolerant.
Ooh.
Yeah, not my finest moment. One last rush. Scaglione up. Skates. Ooh, impeccable head fake around in, and then he sold him the goods. Boyd centers. Scaglione shoots. He scores! Just after the power play expires. And guess what the defense was doing? Again! Nothing!
Ja, Cody, die Verteidigung duckte sich vor der Macht von Bolter Scaglione. Aber die Verteidigung der Jokers tut das auch. Was könnte sie nach einem großartigen Pass von Sempronis H. Boyd noch erreichen?
Do they, like, get commission benefits for blocking a shot or something? Is that why they let the shooters shoot? That's corruption! Police! Police!
39.
Up ahead from the Ferris wheels. Chevalier far side. Centering pass. Vilsinch scores! We're tied again! Hell is on the people!
Wie auch immer, ja, ein perfekt platzierter Schuss. Er heißt, dass man gegen Walls auf seiner Blockseite kein Tor erzielen kann. Ich denke, wir haben gerade gesehen, wie das vermeiden werden kann.
I feel like you're not even speaking perfectly correct German.
Wie bitte? Deutsch ist meine Muttersprache.
So? You're still speaking incorrectly.
Ich streite darüber nicht.
Suit yourself. 12:29 to go in the third period. We are in for a treat here. 8 goals scored already, a series high, and we're almost certainly not done yet. We are certainly not done because there needs to be at least one more goal to break the tie, but you get what I'm saying. Shot there, easy save by Cheese.
Number 8.
That top line for the Ferris wheels has really come alive in this third period. First game in front of the home crowd, and they want to put this bad boy away. Frankly, if I was playing against somebody as stinky as Stinky Inky Iverstead, I'd want it to be over too. Or just euthanize me. Drugulous controls. To Iverstead. Nice look to no I'm not. No I'm not. Low shot. 5-hole save by Cheese. Someone blew a tire right there in high slot. Looked like Alexi Hininen. Unfortunate. Now the puck comes up to him. He's got a chance to redeem himself. Moving up slowly. Hininen. No I'm not. Takes him out. Swept the leg. Oh, and he has the audacity to throw his arms up like he didn't just commit the most blatant penalty you've ever seen. At this stage in the game, you cannot take such a boneheaded penalty. Sebastian Poopy, was that penalty boneheaded?
Knochenkopf, Knochenknöchel, Knochenbuschkorb.
Bone joke. Also, Yaroslav, no I'm not. If the Ferris wheels score here and eliminate your team by winning this game, there will be anthrax. Sober Island crowd is on their feet. They are ready to advance for the first time in 7 years.
At 8:56.
Walks the line now to Bajillions. A shot! Gloved down by Walls. Innan was waving at it. Not sure if that got deflected, but Walls got just enough of it to keep it tied. Sober Island will have to reset now about halfway through this power play.
Auch wenn die Abwehr schlecht ist, so ist zumindest der PK sehr gut.
That is true. Windermere off the fadeaway. Winds up. Saved by Walls. The rebound is lost in the slot until Moran shifts it out. And Cheese will come up to play it. Last rush here. The Joker scored as their power play expired. Will the Ferris wheels be able to do the same? In and up ahead. Feeds it to him. And Kakels McFeely blocks, but Moran lost it. Blocked by McFeely. Draculus is there to save the day and clears the zone.
Wichtiger Block von McFeely.
Now here's Moran ahead. What is he doing? Looks like he almost forgot the puck. He'll slither it into the zone. 2-on-2 will take Draculus wide. In a shot! Off the bar! Off the bar and out! He got Wolves go down early and just got it off the near side bar. Not quite. See, this is where ultra-conservative hockey really starts to toot so my jaw hard.
Der Verteidigung muss aggressiver sein. Das bedeutet nicht, dumme Risiken einzugehen, sondern nur, sich gegen die ihnen zugewiesenen Spieler zu verteidigen.
Chandler Thundermere over the center crest. Thundermere creeps along. It's a 3-on-4. Pressure him! Thank you! Hip check by Doug Slayer. Knocks him off the puck. Surveys, hands it to Ironson. But Schultz gets creamed in the slot. Or maybe he's trying to sell a penalty. I didn't see it, Slayer. Indecision. No, I'm not. Takes it away. No, I'm not down low. He'll ring it around. But Lemoine misses it. Here comes Entral Butcher with Dietrich. Passes in the incorrect and unexciting direction. And then Schultz rectifies his crash mistake. A quick shot is stopped by Walls. Wait a minute. Bad change, Ferris wheels. Thundermere's alone. Chandler Thundermere coast to coast. Diggs scores! Chandler Thundermere with 6:02 to go. The San Luis Hard Jokers are 6 minutes away from forcing a Game 4.
Was für eine Leistung von Thundermere. Er muss sich ermüdet sein. Das Eis vor ihm ist leer. So viel Platz vor ihm. Und er sprintet so schnell er kann. Aber er ist immer noch ein unglaubliches Spielzug von ihm.
Seconded. They're running out of mulligans here. Angel Butcher off the face-off, but the whistle goes. Are we going to see another penalty? Let's take a look here. Wow, he just two-handed Ned Kelly Mundane Daniels' back there. Up high, too. It's probably going to be a suspension, don't you think?
In dieser Liga. Ich habe absolut keine Ahnung.
The Jokers have a golden opportunity to put away Sober Island right here. Time to see what they're made of. I would wager it is largely carbon-based clutchness. However, there are theories that nitrogen-based life forms can exist. However, I have yet to see a Star Trek episode explore the topic. Once this penalty kill expires, the Ferris wheels will only have about 3.5 minutes to get the equalizer, assuming they're only down 1 at that point. But it flies it to Moran! Just sent it wide! What a pass from Sempronius H. Boyd! He's proving that he belongs up here in the big leagues. Can't get it out. Back to the point to Iverstead, but he can't keep it in. And there's the whistle. Oh, and the Jokers had the Ferris wheels reeling there and they couldn't keep the zone. Huge missed opportunity there.
Hoffen wir, dass es sie nicht heimsucht.
Indeed, let's hope. Bilcinch gets it. And the Sober Island Ferris wheels are content to kill time. Uh-oh, but Kamanyuka boofs it. Here comes Scragliotti. Scragliotti, wrist shot, comes back to it. Another save by Chiefs. Where is it? He's got it, but no! He scores! Scragliotti scores! It trickled in. Oh my heavens! The referee's pointing to the net. It's in. Cheese isn't complaining either. I think he may have knocked it in. He skated it in himself. We'll see. Oh, he did knock it in.
Oh, meine Güte.
He edged it backward
Ja,
just a
tatsächlich.
hair. I think to reach back, to pick it up, and he knocked it in. Great play by Scraglioni, though, to get that shot away so bleeding fast. On his off foot, too. And with two people up in his grill like grease deposits. Well, all that is left for the Jokers to close this biznitch out is to run out the clock.
56.
Can I get a hallelujah? Boyd is manhandled in the slot by the Ferris wheels, but Pillock there, a shot! Great save by Cheese! The rebound, they score! Mundane Daniels puts it all away. Go home, Sober Island. You're gonna get drunk. The crowd is booing. I would too. They gave up, what, 3 goals in less than 3 minutes? Or would it be fewer than 3 minutes? Toledo giving the death stare to Daniels there. Mate, if you've got a problem, duke it out. This is hockey. What are you playing? Un-hockey? Well, even though I would have given up the game and started crying on the bench, the Ferris wheels are professionals, and yet they look like they've completely given up. Oh, never mind! Bilcinch belts McFeely in front of the Ferris wheels bench. A reminder for next game, Sober Island isn't out of the fight yet. Here comes Toledo. It's too late, mate. Game's over. Stop with those moves. Look, I don't even care that you hit the post. It's over. Go home. Recuperate. Do implosive yoga or something. Here comes Thundermere. He wants the hat trick. Saved by Cheese. Chuck, mate, you've already lost. Just give him the goal. Just let him have the goal.
Cody, das ist unsportlich.
Cheese has played pretty well, though, and so has Walls. The X Factor makes another huge save. Well, not huge, but moderately interesting save on Bilcinch. Slayer keeps it in. I bet he'll have something insane to say in the press room tonight. Here's No I'm Not into the zone. He's just gonna toy with them. Try and run out the clock. Ooh, Jillian's giving him a whack down low. The Ferris wheels are trying to send a message that they are not losers. They only lost. Chevalier with a meaningless breakaway. The X Factor crushes all Ferris wheels' hope like a singularity. Be gone yourselves, Sober Island. We're going to Game 4. Well, that was fun. I'm glad we got to see lots of goals scored here today. I'm sure the goaltenders hated it, but they played a pretty good game on the whole. Doug Slayer, I'm sure, will have some choice words tonight. I can't wait to point and laugh at him for that. And now both of the GMs of these teams are sweating. Now they're both up against elimination. We'll see who wins and takes it all in the winner-take-all Game 4. Somehow that doesn't sound right coming out of my mouth.